guys. It is Thursday, May 3rd. So it is officially Stitch Mania. I do plan on doing it, and I'll explain my plans later. I'm going to do kind of an April wrap-up because I haven't talked to you guys since April 15th. So I'm going to do kind of like an April wrap-up, kind of show you guys what I did, and then I'll go through my Mania plans. So I don't know if I've shown you guys this. Oops, this is going to go over there. So I don't know if I've shown you guys these. This is my new way of keeping track of all my stuff. So I do have a spreadsheet on my computer that keeps track of fabric, start date, finish date, pattern name, designer, any floss changes, if it's a present, all that kind of stuff. But this is just my simplified way to do it at home. I'm going to slide you guys over. So I want you guys to be in the light. So this is my simplified way of doing it at home. So this is my April one. On this version, I only had 19. Oh my gosh. There we go. I had 19 lines. And now on the new version, so this is my May one, I have 31 because at the end of Mania, I will have 31 whips if everything goes as planned. So on this, I just mark the whip over here. The days are across the top. And then I highlight the day that I worked on it. And if it was a finish, there's a little F. And if it's a start, there's a little S. So that's basically my really simple way of doing it, especially if I don't get to updating my spreadsheet right away. I have it all here so that I can go to bed that night and go, yep, worked on it this day, or I started this new thing, or yep, I finished it. And I can keep track if I've worked on multiple whips in one day. Like there was a day or two that I worked on 3 in a day. Not often, but I did 3 or 2 or something like that. So let's slide back over here. So it's not in my eyes. So that's what happened with April. So I'm gonna kind of just go down my list. So they're not in any order. It's just kind of they're on here. So they're not in alphabetical order. They're not in any order. So I'm gonna start on the 15th because I don't remember I showed you guys what I worked on the 15th when I did that video. I don't think I did. So what I'm going to do is start on the 15th, and I'm just going to work down my list. It'll be a lot easier. Actually, yeah, I'm going to work down my list in a way. So there's some of my whips that are on there that I worked on at the beginning of the month and I didn't work on again. So I'm not going to show you those until when I get to my Whip Mania plan, or my Stitch Mania plans. I'll show you what I'm working on or what I plan on starting and all that. Okay. So we'll start at the top of the list, which is a pile in the back, so hold on. Oh, I have a lot of piles going. So, that would be Callie downstairs if you can hear her. Callie, no! So, this is my finish on the 15th. This is Zoo Lineup, or the Trilogy. So there is supposed to be another border that goes all the way around. I did not put that in there. I'm actually almost thinking of taking this brown border around the bottom out because it kind of just looks funky. Or at least taking the two stitches that go up the side off so it doesn't look like it's supposed to be like a border and I just stopped doing it. So that one's this, and it was called for all in specialty flosses and specialty threads, and I did them all in DNC. The only one that I changed the conversion was the hippo. It was originally charted in old blue paint, I believe, and I did it in, I don't remember, I have it written down. I did it in a different DMC because the DMC conversion was like a blue, and I didn't like that. So there it is, it's all done. Hold on, I'm gonna go stop my dog from barking. Hi, I'm back. I have them outside of the room because they were driving me nuts in here. So I started this video and I got like 15 minutes in and then they were driving me nuts and I forgot where I was. So I just stopped it and restarted it. So they're downstairs. So I don't have to deal with them right now. And Jonah is not here. Jonah actually found out about my Flosstube account. I woke up the other day and heard my voice and was very confused. Turns out he was he knew about my Instagram account. And so he was just kind of curious, and he like wanted to understand some of the stuff that I do, and he was looking through patterns and like, oh, that's really cool, that'd be really awesome if you did that or something like that. And then he found one of my Instagram posts that talked about my floss tube. And, you know, I never thought that he was ever going to go in my history and look, so I just kind of, like, let it go, because he found that Instagram after that post. But he went back and he found it, and it was the one where you met Callie. So he went back to go see that one, and found my floss tube, and then spent a couple hours in the morning. It was, like, last Saturday, I think. Spent a couple hours in the morning watching my floss tube while I tried to run away, because it was weird. It's weird watching yourself. Anyway, so that whole thing aside, Jonah knows about my floss tube now. So I'm not even gonna say hi because he'll just start giggling if I say hi to him. So, okay. Next one down on the list is a start and a finish. This is Spring Garden by Shepherd's Bush. Blah, 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 blah. So I did do a lot of changes to this one, and the pattern for it is in a box. I might be able to find it. 2 shakes. I have my box. Yes, it's just an old paper box. Yes, it's in here. Okay. So that's what it was supposed to look like. So I took the sun off, I took the bee off, I took the bird off, the tulip button, and this button, and I changed practically all the colors. So yeah. So the pattern isn't going to mean much to you right now because it doesn't look like it. I mean, kind of, sort of. So it's all specialty floss that is charted in. And I picked some of the DMC conversions, and some of them I just went, okay, this is the one that it calls for. This is the DMC it calls for. I don't like that color. I want this one instead. So it's the basic colors. So like the yellow was a yellow. The blue was a blue. The purple, the pinks, like they were all the color. I just picked something similar or something else I liked. Or like spring and these flowers, it's a specialty purple rather than a DMC purple. Same thing with the flowers on this one. So if you want to know my conversion, please let me know. I can give it to you. This is on a piece of random 30 count that was 99 cents at Stitchville. So I couldn't even tell you what kind of fabric it is. It's white. That's about all I got. Then the next whip on the list is this one. Michelle Garrett. Pay attention. You wanted to see how it's coming. This is Bees and Clover by Tempting Tangles. So I'm working on this lower quadrant, the one with the arrowhead. So this is on 28 count Queen Anne's? 28 count Queen Anne's lace, which is super soft. So this word is going to say gold eventually, and then this is coming down to the arrowhead. Ignore the needle in the middle of it. So the fabric is not coming up right. It's more of a green. It's a very, very pale green. Very, very pale green. But the floss colors are flippin' gorgeous. And this fabric is just so soft. Sorry, that's probably weird. Did anyone else do that when you have really soft fabric? I have really soft fabric and I love it. Sorry, someone on Instagram just messaged me. I was telling a friend of mine that Jonah found my floss tube because we were just discussing it not that long ago. We were talking about the fact that she thought about starting a floss tube, but doesn't want to because she's afraid people are going to find it, or something along those lines. And I said the same thing. And so I was like, yeah, nobody knows about it. Like, my sister follows my Instagram account, but that's about it. And yeah, Jonah found my floss tube, so I had to text her today and told her about it, because I forgot to tell her about it before. Okay, so that's that whip. Next whip on the list is, I'll take it out because I know the light's gonna be super glary on it. Summer by Filigram. So I pretty much, from this piece of wheat down is where I've only been working so far. I haven't gotten to this top. half yet. Oh my gosh. I really want to read these, but I won't leave my video. I will read them after. I'm sorry, my dear. I will check in a minute. I would give her a shout out, but I don't know if she wants a shout out. I'll ask her later. So this is what I worked on, and pretty much all I did, okay, so I worked on this on one day. I worked on this on the 15th. So I finished the zoo, and then I worked on this, and then I worked on another one, I believe. So what I did was I started this. This is a ladybug here in the middle. I did this branch going over and this little ladybug. So, and those colors are actually pretty accurate. And again, this is one that you're going to see part of the pattern, but I'm changing all of them. I'm changing all the colors. I don't think there's a single color in here that is actually called for at all. I think I just went, okay, there's a blue. Here's a blue I like. Okay, here's a red. Here's a red I like. So red is actually my favorite red out there. It's a Turkish red? Is that the red that I picked? Oh, that's the red I picked. Yes, Turkish red. It's my favorite red from Wheat Starworks. It's so pretty. It's the one I used for Gingham Dog and the Calico Cat. There's a Christmas banner that I did with it. I don't remember what else I did with it, but love that color. So that's one of the whips that I worked on. And then the next one on here that was after the 15th is a new start, which is this one. So again, this is a working copy. Again, because I said this in the last video, this is a working copy, so the colors in here colors on this picture aren't accurate. So I made a working copy, and so this is the pattern, and this is the front of it. So that I could make sure I looked at this and that when I was working on it. Anyway, so this is 1991 Prairie Schooler Santa, and I'm stitching it on the 18 count Putty Khaki Davos that it calls for. Almost all of the colors are what they call for except for a couple. Like the green, the red that'll be in his jacket will be different, and his skin will be a little different. I'm kind of trying to keep the conversions that I did on my first Prairie Schooler Santa the same with the rest of them. So if there's any of the colors like the green, the red, and the skin that are consistent, I'm keeping them together. So this was all in one day. I started on Santa Sunday on the 22nd, and I got all of this done in one night. So, and the other things that I'm going to do are, so on this, the little white spots on his jacket are going to be beads, and the red spots in the lining of his coat and this pocket, and I'm going to add some here, are going to be red beads as well. So I wanted to add some beads to it. I think it'd be pretty cool. So that's another one. Next one is Nutty Parade. My nutcrackers. So I think I haven't shown this to you since I added the new guy. So hold on. Let me get it out of the bag first. This is Turquoise Graphics and Designs Nutty Parade. I started with this guy, and now I'm working on this guy. So I'm pulling my needles out. So this is the guy I started with. He is mostly done except for like a little bit here in his hair and his beard, and everything else on him will be beaded. And then I started this guy next to him, and got a good start on him in one day. So on all of the beard, I don't know if you guys can see it. The beard, there you go. The beard is all in Whisper, but I don't like the coverage of it. So I don't even know if like people do it, but doing Whisper in 2 strands, I might do because I don't like the coverage. I don't like how gappy it is. So I might be doing 2 strands of Whisper. And that is on Ale. I don't remember what count though. I think it's probably a 28. Most of the pieces that I have are 28. Flosstube nose. Okay, monsters. I worked on this 3 times in April, and I finished it on the 29th. So this is what it was. Well, this is the design. Elizabeth's Needlework Designs Antique Celtic Sampler. That is what it's supposed to look like. Notice it says 2013 down here, and mine says 2018. This is in all the called for colors, but now that I'm done with it, I wouldn't have done it in the called for, because the only one that you can really see the variegation in is my dragon, and you're not even getting, that's a little closer. You can't even see too much of the variegation. I tried to make it, I started and just stitched in random spots. So I did like an outline, and then I kind of like started here and I did a little patch here, and then I came down here and did a little patch and kind of just worked randomly up. So you can kind of see like it's darker here and there. Like I wanted it to look random. I didn't want lines. I wanted it to look really random. So again, this is not, that's a little better color-wise, but I don't know. It's gorgeous though. And then yeah, I did change the 3 to an 8, and I don't have my initials. But yeah, I wouldn't have done this in the called for if I would have known, because the purple's really not, you can't tell. The blue, the green a little bit, but really honestly, like there's not much in here that, besides the big monster in the middle, that I would have felt the need. And this is going to be the frame for him. Whoop. So, hold on. Hold on. So it's just a simple wood frame. I got a Goodwill the other day when Jonah and I went. And it happens to fit perfect. 49 cents, y'all. Alright. Next one on the list was a new start. Technically 2 new starts, but in Maynia I counted as 2 different whips. But that day I just started it, counted as a 1. So it is from the Steele family, the authentic decoy chart. So, no, does it show the bigger ones again? No, it doesn't. Actually, here, okay. So I'm stitching these 4 heads. So I stitched this one and this one already. These are the mallards, and then I'm stitching this one. It's a bluebell, and that's a canvasback. So this is the same one that the shotgun shell box is for my dad that I haven't worked on in forever. So these are the 2 previous finishes. This is the mallard hen, and this is the mallard drake. So this is the typical one that everyone recognizes with the green head. This is the canvasback. And I would have been able to finish him the night I started, but I didn't bring all the right colors down, so I just got to start on this one. This is the bluebell. So those will all be for Jonah once they are finished. He already knows, so it's fine that he watches the videos, or he's seen the videos. I don't know if he's actually ever going to watch them, but it's fine that he's seen them now. Hold on. I'm trying to keep things semi-organized for when I get to Maynia. The next one that I worked on, Bluebird, Bucilla kit. There it is. Was originally charted on Aida. I am doing it now on the other piece of Monsters. Yep, the other part of Monsters. And that is what she looks like now. So all the flowers up to this leaf here are done, and now I just have the leaves on this side and then the back stitch of the bird. So trying to keep it all in the light so you can see it all in the same color. So I think it looks great. I'm excited when that'll be done. So I think I only have like 3 colors left on that, and then I'm done. So that one I worked on for a day. I didn't work on that one after the 15th. I worked on Rainy Kiss for a day and got a chunk done. This is Paula's Patterns Rainy Kiss. I started in this corner, and I think I've just gotten to his head now. Kind of, sort of. So I'm going page by page. And ignore the hanging threads. They're all kind of out of the way. So I believe if I get this correctly, this is his head. And this is like where her arm comes over his shoulder. So pretty much from like here up is almost completely done. There's just a few holes that is one color that I don't have. So I have to go buy that. So I worked on that one for a day. Most of these I just worked on for one day, except for Monsters. Monsters I worked on at the beginning of the month, and then I worked 2 days straight to finish it. It was pretty much just finishing the monster at that point. Then I worked on this for 2 days to finish this one. So this is Sunflower Seed. Okay, you're going to get 2 different colors. This is Sunflower Seed Irish. You can go back here and you get it all one color. So this is only 3 DMC colors. I think it's 3362, 63, and 64. That's what it looks like. It didn't take me that long. I mean, most of it was just me. I didn't work on it very long each day, but it took me a couple days. So that's this pattern, Sunflower Seed. I'm not gonna take it out. So 4 finishes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 finishes since the 15th, and then the Celebrate Spring one on the 1st. Didn't work on that one. I worked on 2 in one day. It was the 25th. Did I work on it? Yeah, I worked on it on the 25th, so it was like my Christmas thing. So I worked on my Noel ornament. And I'm working on beading again. Ignore the 1 random thread because I don't want to work on all the red right now. So the border is done. There's another green beaded border in like just underneath that, and then each of the letters gets another green border around them, and then all of it's red. And then there's red beads on the tree. So this is all on perforated paper with all the stuff from the kit. I decided randomly one day to start beading, and now that I've beaded part of it, I'm just like, whatever, I'm going to bead and stitch at the same time, which I wouldn't suggest. It's really hard to do. It's hard to stitch around beading and vice versa. And then the other one I worked on was Oh Come All Ye Faithful from Leisure Arts, America's Best Loved Christmas Carols and Cross Stitch. It's the cover piece. It has a bunch of pieces in here that one day hopefully I could stitch, but I don't have time for that right now. So I worked on the angel, the leaves next to the angel, and then I worked on her dress coming down. So this is about as big as it'll be. So it just comes just a little bit more. It's a big square. So it comes a little bit more past the last of this phrase, and that's as high as it gets. So again, I just worked on the angel. Filled in some of her wings, some of the dress, and the green around her. It's a gorgeous piece. I just don't, they're color patterns. And I'm going to show you guys the floss list here. I don't know if you guys are going to tell because this is going to be on camera, but so they have the same symbol. So there's like the symbol and that symbol are exactly the same. And then they have some like, okay, this one, 3373 and 815 are the exact same symbol. And they're literally like a hair of a shade off. So you can barely tell which one's which. And so it's a lot of guesswork right now, and hopefully I pick the right color. It's kind of annoying. So I hate color patterns. There's a hair tickling me. I hate color patterns. I absolutely hate color patterns. I'd rather have black and white any day. Especially when they do that and they have they pick 2 reds to have the exact same symbol and only make them like a shade off. Rant over. And the last whip, actually this is a new start. In April, was from, hold on, let me see if I can find the year. Nope, I can't find the year. This was out of, I can tell you it's a, no, I can't even tell you that. Okay, so this is the first in the series, which means it must be a September-October series, a September-October cross-stitch and country crafts nesting hen. This is the one that I'm doing, so it's a little hen sitting in a basket. And I did this all in one night too. This is on a Wren and piece of 28 count that I have. So, believe it or not, there are quite a few shades in this chicken. And that's an apple. And so is that one. But yeah. So, it's just on a piece of white. Why do I hear cars outside? I hear cars, but there's nobody outside. So, that's that new start, which I decided on the last day, I was like, I'm going to have a new start. So, that was the rest of April. And then I have, this is my other sheet that I created. So, monthly stats. So, the beginning of the month whip count was 19. I had 7 new starts, 5 finishes. You can see, I don't know if you guys can see it, I whited out there and there because I started one on the last day after I finished this. Because I was like, I'm not going to do any more starts. And then the last day of the month, I was like, I'm doing another start. So 7 new starts, 5 finishes. I didn't spend any money. I sold $50 worth of patterns, and I have to mark how many patterns I worked on. I don't remember. And end of the month whip count is 21. It's actually not, because it's actually higher. So it was 21 at the beginning of the month, and should be 23 at the end of the month. Because I didn't include my, what didn't I include? There's 2 whips that I didn't include, and I don't remember what they were. But for whatever reason, I didn't include in this count. So I actually have 23 whips at the end of April. Because I started working on Maynia plans. And I actually did pick the one for that, but that's not on there right now. Okay. So, Maynia plans. So, like I said, this is my new one. I have so far obviously worked on 2 projects. One was a start and one was a whip. So my plan for Maynia is every 3 days. So 1, and then I do 3 days of whips, and then I start another one. So every 3 days I get to start a new project. So total, that gives me 1 day on every single whip that I have. That was the plan, is I wanted to work on all of my whips, and I wanted to have new starts as well. So 23 whips means I get 8 new starts. And so this is my very, very messy calendar. So like new start, whip, 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 new start, whip, 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 so on and so forth. So that I get 8 new starts. So I also tried to line it up what I was working on with like Santa Sunday, Witchy Wednesday, some of the other projects that I'm in, or groups that I'm in sales that I'm going through. And some of them I was just like, well, I need to fill a day, so we're filling a day. So, I'm actually going to stick these. Oh, why don't I have one on the 31st? I'm missing. I didn't write one down. I guess we'll go through my whips and we'll figure out which one I didn't write down, and we'll put it on that day. Okay, so day 1, this came from, this is, the pattern is in a magazine and in the project bag that was sent by my dear friend on Instagram. It's Blue Star Stitcher. Her name is Stephanie. So this is the beautiful project bag she sent me, and with the inside. So she sent me 2 magazines and a handful of floss, which is already over there. So this is one of them. It's the Cross Stitcher April 2018, and this is the pattern that I started. Let's see if I can get the bigger picture up. It's in here. Whoop! I just had it and I missed it. Okay. It is called King of Spring. It is all in DMC. And so I started that on May 1st. on a piece of 32 count light blue Lugana, so the same fabric that my zoo lineup is on. So there's the outline of the bird's nose, or the bunny's nose. So this is the center line going up. So it's split on 2 pages, so I'm just working on the first page going up. So that's how far I got in one night. I think that's pretty good progress for one night. And now it will go in the project bag for a month. And the other scrap piece is in there as well. So that is the first new start of Maynia. The next. So yesterday was the first day of whipping. So I worked on the Cricut collection because it was Witchy Wednesday. So I worked on the Cricut collections October. That's what it will look like. I'm starting in the middle with the O, with the house. So when I showed you guys last time, I didn't have the skull head, the outline of the moon, the roof, the windows, this tree. So pretty much it was just the O and this tree and the weather vane stuff. So my O didn't line up properly because I missed something in here. You can see this side's heavier than that side, but it's actually supposed to be. So when I did this, something didn't count right, so I just fudged it and it looks good. So now it's a semicircle again. So that's that one. This is also on 30 count Riverstone. I got a huge piece of this when I was at Stitchville, so it's going to be used for a lot of projects. So that was yesterday. Tonight, in honor of National Paranormal Day, thank you Stephanie and Pam from, oh my gosh, Just Keep Stitching. I'm working on my Prairie Moon Martini Witches. So I'll show you where that is. I am changing a lot of the colors in it. This is on something count Vintage Sand, Belfast. So that's the first witch, the table, and a little bit of the frame, because I needed that to figure out how high I need this. So I'm going to work on that tonight. That is my Paranormal Day whip. Then tomorrow, okay, hold on a second. Okay, then tomorrow is International Space Day. And I'm going to work on my Doctor Who piece, my Doctor Who TARDIS quote piece. That's what it looks like. If you really want to read it, pause it. There's a robin outside my window, and my dog is barking. And this is on a piece of 18 count Aida. So I have it stitched all the way up to the bottom part of the top of the TARDIS, but I'm working on the letters going up. So I'm at Turn of the Universe, so it'll say the Turn of the Universe. And then I still have the bottom piece to go, which is all blue. Ignore the random thread. So I'm going to work on that tomorrow. And I actually might put that on my scroll frame tomorrow and take my October off. So that's tomorrow. And then the 5th, so Saturday, is my second new start, which I can kind of show you part of it. This is just a printout. So I have the Just Cross Stitch magazine subscription, which means you get the past 3 years of back issues. So this one is from Christmas Ornaments 2015. So this is a black and white copy. So that's what it'll look like. I'm going to do it on this piece of 28 count. It's just a piece of white. And I haven't decided what color I'm going to do yet. It's probably just going to pick one of my specialty flosses that I have a bunch of and doing it in that. So that is the next new start that I have. that over there. And then on the 6th, I'm going to do for Santa Sunday. I'm going to go back to and I'll show you them again if I've worked on them. If I just showed them to you. 1991 Prairie Schooler Santa. I'm going to go back to him. That'll be on Sunday. We also are going out of town on Sunday, so I'm not sure how much of that I'm going to get done, or if I will even get to work on it, but we will try. And then I will work on Oh Come All Ye Faithful on the 7th, and that is for the cross-stitch finish line. Is it cross-stitch finish line? Yes, I believe so. Cross-stitch finish line Mother May I, which is anything in honor of mothers or grandmothers or anything like that. This is going to be for my grandma, so it works with that. So I'll work on this on Monday the 7th. And then on Tuesday the 8th, I'm going to work on my Bluebud, and I will quickly show that to you again. And that one is for cross-stitch finish lines, Sal challenge thing, May flowers, so anything with flowers. April it was rainy, April showers. May is May flowers, so I will work on the flowers of my bird. So that is the 8th. Oops, all the floss came out. So that's the 8th. On the 9th, I have another new start. This is going to be on a piece of 28 count light gray Jobelan, and I'm doing Welcome to Our Hive by For My Boys. So I haven't picked the flosses yet. If I'm able to go to Stitchville, which I don't think I'm going to this weekend, I will pick some flosses. If not, otherwise I'm just going to find some flosses in my stash to start. I just won't do the hive yet, because that one I will do in the called for floss, because I love it. The rest of it I will pick from my stash probably. The 10th is a whip. Again, this is for May flowers. Since I haven't shown you this one, I will show you the pattern. They're on Traditions, needles and pins. That's what it'll look like. I don't know if there's technically flowers on it, but they're mostly fruits. But I'm going to work on my Theron Traditions. And this is on Legacy. So we're going to pretend they're flowers and not fruit, in honor of May I. So that's from Cross Stitch Finish Line Facebook group. These are all Facebook groups, by the way. Or it's like International Space Day or Paranormal Day or just national days. The dogs are fighting. The 11th is my self-created stitch along, which will be Hogwarts Crust. This is for my sister. On the 11th of every month, I stitch something that is related to a fandom or a fandom that I have for myself. Things that I'm obsessed in is basically what I've drawn the line on. So I'm going to work on Hogwarts. This thing is so close to being done. I mean, I literally just have this chunk up here and then the back stitch. So I might work on some back stitch, because I know if I don't, it's going to be awful to try and just sit down and just do back stitch. I love back stitch, but not that much. So that's the 11th. The 12th is National Migratory Bird Day, and so I will be working on this, the Canvasback Decoy. That'll be on the 12th. The 13th, I don't have the pattern with me. It is from October 2015, Just Cross Stitch Magazine. It is Mushroom something. It's where the lady's like leaning down and like the mushrooms are running away. She's like leaning to pick down the mushrooms, and the mushrooms are like trying to run away. That's my for Dark 13 New Start. I have the printout at work. I just didn't bring it home. The 14th is National Dance Like a Chicken Day, and so in honor of that, I'm going to work on my nesting hen. We just made it work, guys. Alright, nesting hen. On the 15th, this doesn't have any specific anything. I'm just going to show you again. It's going to be bees and clover. I just needed a day. Hold on, I'm going to go yell at my dogs. I'm back. So again, on the 15th, doesn't have any specific day associated with it. It just is. It's going to be bee and clover. And since I'm doing it with all of them, I'm just going to keep doing it. I'm going to pull all my needles out. Since they're going to be sitting after I work on for one day, they're going to be sitting for a month. I don't want the needles in there if I can help it. Wait, will be there. The 16th is National Wear Purple for Peace Day. And I don't think I'm going to be stitching on purple, but I will work on my colored city. So this and one other one were the two whips that I left out. This and my farmer's market piece, which is in my box, which I'll have to get out in a minute. So I'm going to work on my colored city. This is on 18 count Fiddlers Aida. I haven't worked on this thing probably in like a year and a half. That's probably an exaggeration, but I'm going to work on that on the 16th. My new start on the 17th I can't show you because it's a chart I created and it's on my computer. It is a quote from Mansfield Park. It says something along the lines of, I shall not, or will not, or something. I won't speak of my own happiness, as great as it is, for I only think of yours. So there's a Facebook group called Jane Austen Read and Stitch Along, or something like that, where every couple months they pick a new Jane Austen book and you read the book and stitch something related to Jane Austen or that book. So May is Mansfield Park, and so on the 17th I'm going to start the pattern I created for it. I picked a quote I wanted, and I picked an alphabet font that I had, and I created it on my computer. So that'll be on the 17th, and I don't know what fabric I'm picking because this was my sticky note that I didn't bring to work that says Mansfield Park, will it fit on my fat quarter? And I didn't check because I didn't bring it with me today. So on the 18th is a whip. It will be my foursome reel from Long Dog Samplers. I'm stitching that one. And like all the others, we're just going to keep pulling the needles out. So, I'm just going to fold this on here. So, I'm almost all the way across. I have the rest of the K and then LMN on this side and then the border, and it's all the way over. This is almost at the bottom as well, so it's not going to be too much bigger than that. So, and that one doesn't have any specific day. It was just a whip, and I needed to fill a day. The 19th, again, has no specific day, just a whip that needed to get filled in. This is my Bucilla kit, Leap of Faith, which I clearly already pulled the needle out of. Okay. So this I've had forever as well, and I will finally get back into this. So now that I'm a little bit more comfortable with fractionals, I don't mind it. 19th, 20th, Santa Sunday. I'm going to pull my Nutty Parade back out. And I already pulled the needle out of him. So I'm going to pull him back out, and I will keep working on this guy or go back and try and do the 2-strand beard. I haven't decided yet. But that's not till the 20th, so we're good. The 21st is full coverage Sal and cross stitch finish line. That's also my new start day. I will be starting my rustic retreat from Something in Common. It is full coverage and it's a new start, and it'll be on a piece of tea-dyed Aida that I dyed myself. So, whoop, that doesn't go down there. So that'll be one of my other new starts. On the 22nd, again, it is full coverage, the full coverage Sal, and I will finally work on this again. So I will fill some of this in. So this is from the Steele family, authentic decoy leaflet, one of the shell boxes. So this was supposed to be a present for my dad a long time ago, but Lord knows when that's going to happen. So that'll be on the 22nd. The 23rd, again, is full coverage. I'm going to kill myself with full coverage. I'm going to work on Rainy Kiss. So I'll be working on that on the 23rd. Alright. 24th. It is National Escargot Day, which, if you don't know, is snails. There are snails in summer, right? We're going to walk on Fiddlegrim Summer. So again, this is where we're at. That's what we're going to work on. And so yeah, it's a little bit of a jump there, but we'll make it work. I took the needle out of that one. Okay. Oh, this is a new start. Oh! Alright. This is working copy, so no, it doesn't actually look like this. I promise if you order it, you will actually get the little book. I just made a copy of it for my start. This is Merry Christmas to All from Heart and Hand. So again, this is not what it looks like. You will actually get the actual pamphlet that is cardstock and folds like this, and it has the beads in it. My beads are still in the actual one. I should probably pull that out. This is a piece of 28 count, creamy something or other. It'll fit beautifully on there. So that's my new start for the 25th, which is kind of like my self-created Christmas day. On the 26th is just another day that needed to get filled. I will work on my bluebill decoy. So there are 3 whips coming out of this one pack. The 26th is another Santa Sunday, so I'm going to not even pull this out. I'm going to work on Noel. Santa Sunday, Christmas, it works. Queen of Freedom for Memorial Day on the 28th. It's also the Love Your Country Sal and cross-stitch finish line. As a reminder, that's what it'll look like. And as another reminder, do I have a needle in here? I do not. Oh, I do have a needle in here. And as another reminder, hold on, gotta get the right direction here. And pull all my threads out of the way. That's what it looks like. So I will work on that for Memorial Day. Again, it is also the Love Your Country sale from Cross Stitch Finish Line. 29th is my last new start, which I know the fabric still has stitching on it. I need to take it out. My Little House Needleworks Robin Hood. I am going to start it. I still have to pull all the threads for it, and I still have to unpick the colors that are in here. So this is R&R Grit Cotton. I think that's what that says. 32 count, something or other. I do have to pick the stitches out, but I don't know where my seam ripper is, so I have to go find it. Or go buy a new one. But that'll be my last new start of Maynia. And then I only have 2 whips left, and I know what they are now. Alright, so that's my other... Oh. Whatever, they're always just gonna go in there. They'll all become whips at the end of the month anyway. That one's staying out though. The next one on the 30th for Witchy Wednesday is Night Flight by Prairie Schooler. And this is where I'm at. So that'll be the next new start, or next new start. That'll be the second to last whip. And my last whip, if you give me a half a second here. There it is. Is practically a UFO, but we're going to try and pull it back out and see if I can get it back going again. Because I love this piece. This is by my Artiste Farmer's Market Kit. There are a lot of mistakes in this. This was something that I got back, when I got back into cross stitch, this is what I started. and so there are a ton of mistakes, but I really love it, so I just want to work on it. So I don't know if I'm going to try and figure out where my mistakes are, or if I'm just going to pick a color and go for it. I haven't decided yet, but that's where it's at. Probably not going to try and figure out my mistakes, and I'm probably just going to go for it and just fudge it. So that'll be the last whip of Maynia. So yeah, it's crazy, 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 crazy. Same thing. The only other thing I have to show you guys after a 50-minute long video is a purchase. We went to Goodwill the other day, and I got this for 49 cents. Fabric doesn't smell either, I don't think. This is called Words of Praise Nativity Sampler, and it actually is started. However, I will be picking it out because I will probably change I don't like the colors that they chose, and it's not in color, but that's what it will look like, kind of, sort of, with some color. So 25 count, it's a kit, it was a kit, but there's no flosses in here. So 25 count imported linen. Then is a delicate fabric, don't pull too slightly, don't do too tight, you could distort the fabric. Gently in hand. And so it reads, "Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord." And someone did start it. However, like I said, I don't like the colors of the words, at least, so the bird isn't bad, but it's just, you can't see it on here. So either I'm going to pick new fabric, or I'm going to pick new colors. But that's what they started. So to all people, unto you is, and a half a bee and a little bird. So it looks like they used a specialty thread because, or they blended. Nope, yep, they blended. So it's a blend of tan, of blue, gray, and gold, and I do not like it. I can't see it. You can't see it very well on here. So that will get unpicked and either started on a different fabric or I'm going to pick different colors. I haven't decided yet. That might be something I have to go to a store and just kind of sit down for a while with, because like I said, there's no color pattern. It's just is what it is. So that's going to go in there. That's going to go in there. So yeah, that is my video, and I will do a full Maynia video probably at the end of May, so I won't even do a video until the end of May now, and we'll do a full video of all, starting from the 1st, going all the way to the 31st, showing all the progress on everything that I did. I will continue to do updates on Instagram, but I won't do a video till the end of May, or maybe one in the middle. I haven't decided yet. So yeah, I'm going to go let the dogs out, and I'm going to go sit down and maybe stitch. I'm actually going to call Jonah and tell him he can come home now. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.